In the heart of our great nation, where the strength of our communities is built upon the foundation of strong and loving families, an urgent crisis is unfolding. Child Protective Services, CPS, an institution designed to safeguard our most vulnerable, has in many cases betrayed its noble mission. Too often, families are torn apart not by neglect or abuse, but by systemic failures and corruption. We can no longer stand idly by as these injustices continue. We are here to give a voice to those who have been isolated, to shine a light on the corruption, and to rally our fellow citizens in this critical fight for justice. Every day, countless families are caught in a web of bureaucracy and abuse of power, their lives disrupted and their bonds shattered. Children, who should be nurtured and protected, are instead placed in situations that can be just as, if not more, harmful than the circumstances from which they were taken. Parents, often bewildered and powerless, face insurmountable odds as they fight to reunite with their children. This is not the America we believe in. We cannot allow these injustices to persist. Our mission is to educate, to inform, and to inspire action. We promise to bring you daily updates on CPS, exposing the truth and fighting for reform. We must remember that the future of our nation depends on the strength and unity of our families. By standing together, we can hold CPS accountable and ensure that it fulfills its true purpose, protecting children and preserving families. This is a fight we must not and will not lose. We are committed to saving our families and securing a brighter future for all. The road ahead is challenging, but with your support, we can make a difference. Together, we will bring hope to those who have lost it and ensure that justice prevails. Let us unite with unwavering resolve and a sense of patriotic duty to safeguard the integrity of our families and the future of our nation. With young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights, this is a problem.
They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with that out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division is what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost due to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again. CPS comes along with the mission to protect. The only thing they are doing is cashing in those checks, paid for by the souls of the children, diagnosed by a caseworker who is still a baby herself. They take away the fathers, leaving just the mom and cubs. They know that with that out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division, that's what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost due to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again.
All right, what is up, everybody? For real this time, welcome. Happy Friday night. This is CPS Punisher, and it is Friday night. CPS Victims Hunting Justice. Sorry I'm late. I had a phone call that I had to take that was very important. But we're here, and that's what we're doing. As you can see, we're all already in the chat, so that's awesome. We got some things we're going to talk about. We got our lovely couple with us tonight, the Teals. They're going to come out here in a moment with us, but let's get the man himself, Vinny, out here. See about little Herbert here.
What's going on, Darren?
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah, man.
What
Hey,
is up,
hi, Darren.
guys? What's up, Herbert? How are you?
Okay, how you doing, Darren?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. I don't know. Did you watch that? You love that? Did you watch that? Thanks you, Chris, for that. Did you watch that show earlier? That was really weird. All right. Well, Channel just bounced out on us. It was very strange. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but that was a real, that was a weird ending. I hope everything was all right with him. But here we are, and he's not here with us. So, what do we got, Vinny? What's going on today, buddy?
Not much. I had a good talk with Gunner earlier.
Oh yeah, very good. What did that entail?
We were just going over, all the cases and whatnot, and he was explaining to me about the federal stuff and where I could find the forms and whatnot.
Yeah, that's good.
I think he's on to something there though, because I went and did some research too, and he's definitely right about it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's a matter of getting a hold of these things and then doing it, getting it exposed before they can close the gap. That's what it's all about. That's the game. That's the race. That's the rat race for it.
I sent you a link in your it's a PDF, but I sent it to you on your messenger. But wait till you see it and you read what it says.
I will do that. Do not wait myself. What about you, Herbert? You got anything good going on?
No, nothing. I was just listening to Gunner and trying to piece together what he's saying, and I'd like to see some cases that have actually have come to fruition. Actually happened.
Right. So what?
Because he has a good line on what has to be done and how it has to be done. I'm just waiting to hear somebody who has done it.
All right. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Hopefully this thing works. Everybody's going to try to do it. Get it. Everybody. The more people needs to. Thing is the whole key to this though is getting those charges into the FBI and making sure that they start charging all the people. Like that way they're put on notice that, hey, this is what's going on, and then the way the criminal stuff can be charged on them. You know what I mean? Like that's a big part of this, making sure that you get to the FBI.
I think Jesse's trying to get in.
Yeah, they're supposed to. What do you mean it's not letting you in, Jess, buddy?
Yeah, I don't see it on here. So.
Let me send. You know what, Jesse? I'm gonna send it to your phone. I'll send the link to your phone and see what that does.
Sometimes it makes you log in and then it makes you find it or whatever. It's really picky.
It has its days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know that this is the top platform that there is. This is the #1 streaming platform.
Well, yeah, it goes worldwide.
Yeah. So it doesn't get any better than this. So.
Mr. Kitty came to say hello to everyone.
It says it's saying waiting on host. That's what Jesse said.
Waiting on host.
I don't even see him.
You ever seen that one, Herbert? I never seen that one.
Did you send it to his phone or to his email?
No, he took it from the sidelines right here.
Oh, why don't you send one like you send to me? Then he'll get right in, no problem.
Okay, I'll do that right now. Hold on a second. Stand by. Alright, stand by. Any more talk on that Illinois thing while I'm doing this, Herbert? Any more talk on that CPS case out there? The lady got stabbed?
Yeah, lady got stabbed. I didn't get deep into it, but it's confirmed that a young lady did get stabbed, and it was like six kids in the house at the time of the stabbing, and
Oh,
the CPS worker was a
okay.
female. The
Oh, that's
CPS worker was a female.
okay. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter who it is. There's, like what sex they are. I mean, they're getting.
Well, only reason why I brought up the fact it was a female because usually females don't present a
Yeah.
threat with their presence as a guy would.
I don't know, Herbert. There's some pretty mean women on this world.
Yeah, but I found in the police world, a female runs up against the bad guy. She does a little better with him than we would do as a guy, because he looks at us as a threat. He looks at her as his wife, his girlfriend, his sister, and he has a whole different demeanor when he's dealing with a female
But
cop.
but would you say this though? Would you say that a woman caseworker might be a little more sassy than a male caseworker in that situation?
Yes, I would think so. Yes.
Absolutely.
Sassy, when you said the word sassy, I would say yes. But what would bring a guy to stabbing the sassy female?
The fact that they're there to take his kids.
Right. But we don't know. See, here's the thing we don't know, and I couldn't find out, is the circumstances surrounding why he would stab her.
Right. Well,
You
he was
see,
mad. Apparently.
he's being charged with first degree. Okay.
Right.
And I didn't really get to the point whether, I didn't get to the point whether she died or not died. For some reason, I think she did. I think it was first degree murder.
Yeah, first degree. Does that mean that it's pre-planned? Correct.
Yeah, intentional. You knowingly, intentionally want to do harm to a person and did harm to that person. That's first degree. Second degree would be it was not your intent to do harm to the person, but your actions did harm to the person, and that would be second degree.
And then first degree is kind of like a victim of
You
circumstance.
intended to do harm, and you did do harm. That's first degree.
You intended to, and you did. Third degree is what again now?
Third degree could be considered a reckless act. In other words, you did something, I don't know, in the case of the house, you said, okay, goodbye, and you slammed the door, and you didn't realize she was still standing there. So it was a reckless act on your part for third degree.
But it still doesn't give you the right to do the shit that they're doing.
No. I mean, on both sides of the coin. We got to know her side of the coin. Did she have paperwork to go in and take the kids? Did she go by herself? Was she there with law enforcement? I don't have any of that information.
Right. Well, I mean,
all I know is she did get stabbed.
and now the person is in jail, right?
Yeah, he's in, and I'm sure I could get off and check, but I believe it was murder. Matter of fact, I sent it to you guys. If one of you guys look at your, I sent it to you, Vinny. I sent it to you, Darren. If you look, Darren, at your stuff I sent you, you'll see it.
Oh, is this the tank one, right? Not tank.
It's the one in Illinois.
Right. Hold on. Looking here.
Yeah, I sent it to both of you guys.
Yeah, I read a little bit of it earlier this morning.
What did you understand when you read it, Vinny? What did you understand about it?
I mean, the guy kind of had a point. I mean, truthfully, some of them deserve it.
No, but what did you understand about what you read? When you read it, what did you understand?
He violated his constitutional rights. That's the way I read it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Are you looking at it, Darren?
Yep, I'm looking right here. Well, I'm trying to find
Okay,
it.
what are you picking up? What are you picking up from it?
Where the hell is Herbert here?
I was going to go statewide, but Tiffany directed me directly to Illinois, and that's where I found
Right.
it.
I think Chris had it too, because she's right
What
there
did you
in that
say? What
area.
did you say for the question to get yourself in the show?
Say that again?
I said, what is shit, hold on a minute.
Waiting on you now. I don't see you, Cricket.
Let me get this thing sent to them first here. Hold on. Panda bear.
Jesse, if I could figure out how to get your number, I could send you a invite. You'll get it.
Should
Since
have it
you're having
right
such a
here.
problem, he's having such a problem. Can you send it to his number?
That's what I'm trying to do right now, Herbert.
Sent up the wrong one.
Patience is a virtue.
Try that one, Jesse.
We love to party. Take back Washington, take it back. 1814, took a little trip along Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we fought the bloody British in the town of New Orleans. Well, we fired our guns and the British kept coming.
There he is. That got him.
Very good.
Who'd you get there, Bubba?
We're just waiting for his video to come up.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Mhm. All right, let's see here. Goes to
Jesse, if
that.
you keep having issues, just restart your phone and come back with that link I just sent in the chat.
Trying to find this. Where the hell is his phone number? I had his damn phone number.
Or have Panda do it on her phone.
Oh, someone just come in.
Oh, there's Panda. There we go.
All right, they're in. So stop doing that. Now you go look at Herbert's. Herbert, Doctor of Love.
Hi, Panda.
Did you know, Vinny? Did you know that Herbert's Doctor of Love? You are, aren't you, Herbert?
I don't know.
Is it?
How's that?
You're a Doctor of Love.
Is he?
Well,
Is he Cheech Marin in disguise?
No, man, he's a Doctor of Love, baby.
okay, if you say so.
Well, I mean,
He's
you
the
do that.
love
You
machine.
give therapy and massage therapy, right?
I'm a reflexologist. I'm a
Yeah.
board
See,
certified reflexologist, and I do massage.
yeah. Do you ever counsel
There's
any of your
Jesse.
people?
There's Jesse.
There we go. Do you ever give
Stop.
people advice and talk to them about this stuff? How many people have you massaged that have been in on for reflexology? Have you been in that involved with CPS? Do you think?
I just started asking people, and not many at all. Not when I say at all, I mean they know of it. They know somebody who has been involved in it, but they themselves no.
No.
Since I've been on your show, I ask people all the time. 'Cause I try to bring people in on the show if I find
Right.
somebody that has a good story.
Right. No, that's awesome. That's why we're so diverse and so amazing as a crew here, because we all have to pick up the slack for each one of us. You know, we work together and try to get things done to put out a good show every night. I mean, it's hard, right? You got to admit this too. It's hard to come up with the content every night, what to talk about, what to say, what to do, all of that stuff. You know, when you're messing with this topic, you know.
Yeah.
So I thank you for doing that stuff, and I thank everybody else that's here for supporting us and keeping us going. Because you guys are amazing. You know, like we have a good little following. That's really awesome that you guys are with us like that. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure do the rest of the guys. I'm sure they do. I don't mean to speak for them, but I just know overwhelmingly that you guys are amazing, and thank you, and keep it up, please. Um, but all right, so they are there, and
Hey, Jesse, you getting yourself comfortable, Jesse? I see you getting yourself nice and comfortable. Good for you.
Yes,
Good for you.
all
I'm sitting over
right.
here in a recliner while she gets to sit on the bed. Ha 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 ha.
Oh boy, I bet you
Yeah,
got a lazy boy.
but you're chilling out. You look like you're chilling out, Jesse.
I ain't got nothing better to do.
All right.
Well,
So
what you mean you're on a show?
I got a little bit to read to you guys.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
So you know how you guys were talking on warrants and such last night?
Yeah.
Well, according to Maine state law, a warrant is executed by arresting the defendant. Upon arrest, an officer possesses the original or a duplicate original warrant. Must show it to defendant. If the officer does not possess the warrant, the officer must inform the defendant of the warrant's existence and of the offense charged. At the defendant's request, must show the original or duplicate original warrant to defendant as soon as possible.
Huh.
Meaning, if they arrested you and didn't show you that warrant, their arrest is now void.
Yep.
Yeah, you're saying that if they came to arrest you based on a warrant and they don't produce the warrant, that's when they have a problem? Is that what you're saying?
Right, because it says arrest without a warrant, the law of the land, summons, complaint, law of arrest without a warrant, breach of the peace and felony arrest. What is a breach of peace? And it gives the example: arrest for bench or breach of peace, threatening breach of peace, conditions of felony arrest, defense to unlawful arrest, burden of proof, good faith and probable cause, ignorance of the law, guilty of party arrest, and immunities.
You said a mouthful there, Vinny. But let's get back to the warrant. So the police officer comes up and he says he has a warrant for your arrest, and you're saying that he has to be able to show you he has the warrant. Is that correct?
Yes, he does.
Okay, that's fine. Because the police officer doesn't have to arrest you on a warrant. They could arrest you for something else.
Okay, all right. I got a question on that. So, what if there's a bolo out for your truck? Another county has the warrant, and they arrest you off of that warrant in another county and hold you, and then another county can come get you. How does that play into that?
It
Okay.
does because they can go over counties. They can
They,
call the
they,
next
they
county and have it
arresting,
picked up.
they're arresting you for the truck. Something about a truck, right?
Well, they put a bolo out on my pickup, and they pulled the
Okay,
pickup over.
guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
Yeah.
Herbert was driving your pickup.
Okay.
Are they going to arrest me?
No.
Well, you see, they have to make sure they have the right person. They can't just arrest whoever's driving whoever's driving the vehicle based on the license plate.
Well, here's what I'm asking, because I never saw the arrest warrant when I got arrested. Never seen it at all until Florence County showed up at the jailhouse where I was being held to pick me up. That's why I was asking. It's already happened. It's over. I'm good with it, but it's just a question.
See, your law may be different, but I can read
I
you
don't. Yeah,
it does vary
I
state to state. Because general rule, police cannot leave their jurisdiction. In Maine, 30 AMRS S 267-1 is the statute that sets the limit of the jurisdiction of a police officer.
okay. And I know that a police officer can leave his jurisdiction accompanied by the next jurisdiction personnel.
Only.
So, in other words, New York could go into New Jersey and make an arrest as long as New Jersey's police are with them.
As long as New Jersey's present.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey has to be present with New York. So New York could go up to New Hampshire or say go up to Maine, make an arrest as long as there's a Maine police officer there.
And I mean, you go in there, you tell them you're.
New York can't just go up into Maine and make an arrest without the knowledge of Maine's police officer. And usually they want Maine police to be with them.
Damn, Panda, you quiet over there.
He's soaking in the knowledge.
And he's reading about Illinois.
Good information to have, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Particularly.
So you might want to look up your statute, your police thing out there and figure it out.
Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens.
What are you talking about, man?
Just remember,
Yes,
everyone,
knowledge is wisdom.
this is for educational purposes only.
Yeah, it's all educational.
Well, guys, since we're all here, why don't you guys, Jesse? Why don't you start from the beginning, man? Let's hear your story.
Oh God, here we go. Gonna put me on the spot like that. About a year ago, October a year ago, we were in Pamplin, South Carolina, and DSS showed up at my house to investigate my bad. This was May when it started. May, they got a call saying that my daughter had took a vape to school. She took a vape to school. They opened up a case on me. Stayed open, pushed it through, kept checking on us all the way to October. October, they come out, and we had a rental building set up with living room and my son's bedroom. We were living in a camper with 2 bedrooms. My daughter had one room, me and my wife had the other one. Well, all good to go, everything those few months. October, we got the big building repoed, turn around, and that next weekend went and got 2 more buildings that were setting them up for my son and daughter to have a room. And they come out, inspect everything looked all right. Well, they found a drop cord running to a LED light that was powering the LED light for my kids to have lights until my electrician could come out there and wire their rooms into our power.
Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents.
There we go. You guys in there?
You're fine. I know, right?
There you go. Now you're in.
Time. Anyway, they came out and they were doing an inspection. Everything was okay until they saw the drop cord. When they saw the drop cord, they told us that it was a fire hazard. Well, when they said it was a fire hazard, we had to relocate our kids. Put our kids in a house that was 10 times worse than ours, full of 3 people already in a 3-bedroom house. And it was okay. The grass was taller than the house. There was cockroaches all over the dishes in the sink. I'm not naming names on whose house it was. But they put them there. They were supposed to be home Monday. That following Monday, my electrician came out, did the wiring. They said they wouldn't find anything else. They came out and found 10 different things that we had to fix before they could come in. No, Kristen. Anyway.
And judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem.
My wife got a wild hair up her ass and ran with our kids to Minnesota. She got pulled over on the way back home in the state of Minnesota. False identification. They locked her up for 5 days. They took and went to the house where my kids were at gunpoint, pulled my kids out of this house and flew them back to South Carolina. And we've been fighting ever since.
Man.
My kids are now in Montana's custody in my brother-in-law's care.
Wow. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But I mean,
So
let's go to let's talk about the day that you decided to go ahead and run or go on a mission with them.
That would be her.
Let's go to.
So Jesse, what I'm trying to understand is, did they give you a heads up that they were going to take the kids?
No, they gave me no heads up, no warning, no nothing. It was same day procedure.
Okay, so then your wife decides to take. So your wife decides to take your kids on a vacation, right?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
Good. So your wife decides to take your kids on a vacation. So why are they going after your wife?
Because the day before or the day after, we were in court and DSS got custody of my kids on a, I don't know exactly the term of it, but they filed it and the judge signed it Friday. We didn't get to court until Monday.
Okay, so what you just said to me there is before your wife decides to take your kids on vacation, the judge already signed something that took custody of your kids.
Yes, that's.
He signed something. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay, so since he signed something for my education, those kids were in CPS custody as soon as he signed it. So when your wife decides to take them on vacation, she stole them from CPS.
Custodial interference is what we're both being charged with.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, exactly. Now, just before he signed it, if your wife, the day before he signed it, if your wife decides to take the kids on vacation, then that's not interference because they're on vacation.
I understand that.
So now I get a better picture of what's going on, and I understand the purpose of the vacation. I get that. But when she did that, how did she get caught?
There was a friend of ours, a mutual acquaintance, a very good friend of ours, was at court with us, was at the courthouse with us. When she overheard that the judge was giving DSS custody, she took the kids out of the court and left the courthouse and went to her house with them. When Panda left the state, she flipped on Panda and ratted her out.
Oh, okay. Because she was long gone. Nobody would have found her.
Nope.
But
You're muted.
Since you got a snitch,
She sold her
and the
house for
snitch
about
ratted.
$6.
What the snitch ratted out on you, and that's how law enforcement got involved. That's when they put the bowler out on you.
Girl.
They were already involved before that because they got involved right time as we came out of the courtroom because they contained us in the parking lot of the courthouse for like 3 hours wanting to know where our kids were. We're like, we don't know. They were out there. I mean, I did know where they were, but I just didn't tell them where they were. It wasn't nothing planned. We didn't plan it, but by the time I got out of the courtroom and I got to the truck, because they claimed that I was texting somebody in the courtroom, and I never had my phone in the court. I didn't take my phone in.
Okay.
But they have it in my paperwork that I was texting somebody.
No, you didn't plan it. Nobody plans taking their kids to Disneyland. I mean, you just surprise them and take them there, right?
Yeah, everybody spontaneously does it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So, so,
well
so,
done.
yeah. But your friend, girlfriend, or relative is the one that ratted you out.
Right.
Okay, now I get it.
Yep. And see, this happened on a Monday, and I left the state on Thursday night,
And what state did they pick you up in?
Minnesota.
And they picked you up based on the license plate.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
So you didn't think about renting a car, huh?
I borrowed a car
I
from
don't think there was an
a
option.
friend of ours, and
Okay, so then your snitch friend knew exactly what car you borrowed and the license plate number of the car.
yep.
Because you would still be in
But luckily,
Alaska right now.
luckily, I was not. It would have been a lot worse had it been me and the kids together. But I wasn't with the kids when they found me, or when they found the kids. It would have been worse if I would have gotten caught with the kids.
So how did they catch the
See,
kids? The kids were driving by themselves.
no, the car had gotten reported missing from the county that I had just left, and I stopped at a gas station because when I told the kids goodbye, something told me not to go. Something told me my gut instinct was just I had a really bad feeling about it, but I knew I had to come back to South Carolina, so I was getting the kids away from South Carolina because they had already said that they would rather commit suicide before they go back into foster care.
Oh,
So, I had the opportunity, and it's like, we go back to court in November. This was in October. My whole thought logic was we go back to court in November. Let's get the kids out of the state. Let's get them away from South Carolina as far as we can. We'll place them out of state for a while, keep them missing in DSS's custody. That way, when we do go back in front of the judge, we can approach the judge and be like, look, they're pushing to proceed with the case, and our kids are still missing.
Right. Now, could your kids have been missing direct nonstop to Montana to the relative?
I could have kept them like that, but
Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. Direct from the Carolinas to Montana. And when
well, you
asked,
don't know if
do you
the
have any
girlfriend has
relatives?
situation.
If you have any relatives anyplace else, you don't, right? You don't have any relatives in Montana.
It's not like Herbert. It's not like this was pre-planned and everything. They were going by the seat of their pants here. This was just like you said, it was just a vacation, just instantly planned that day. They didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't sit around and say, "Oh, we're going to do this, this, and this." It was just a matter of saying, "You know what? We're going to go on vacation right now, kids," and doing that. So, I mean, all those
Yeah,
things
yeah.
weren't thought out.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
But
we
you know
went
what
so
it
far.
is? The snitch. Hey, Darren, the snitch is the one that made this happen. If it
Right.
wasn't for the snitch, yeah.
Well, she even convinced the kids to like change their identity, like change their name and coach the kids, because she had the kids from Monday to Thursday night until I picked them up from her house. So I picked them up from her house, but she was already talking to them about not writing anything out, not saying anything, and so then she turns around and rats me out.
Yes, you did.
Like,
And that's the only reason why this happened, because she ratted you out.
right. So I don't think that they would have found the kids had it not been
Nope.
for her.
Nope.
Because
Not at all.
where I placed the kids at in Minnesota, I've known them people for like 20 something years. They're my family, and they've always had my back. And it was
Oh,
a
I thought
safe
it was
place that I
I'm
could
sorry, I
place
said
the kids.
Montana. I should have said Minnesota. I'm sorry. Yeah, you could have had those kids in Minnesota, and they would have been fine.
Right. See, and when Minnesota showed up to their house to get the kids, they were fine with it. The kids were fine. They were okay where they were. But since South Carolina had custody of him, South Carolina was calling the shots. Told Minnesota
That's
to take his
correct.
gun for it.
Yeah, but that's correct. They now with the gun thing, I don't know what that was all about.
I
But
guess they thought that the people that Joshua and Haley the kids were at were armed or something. I don't know. Which they did have weapons in the house, but that's neither here nor there.
all right. Well, I don't know what the heck that was
It
about.
went south, but
Yeah. I'm so sorry you have a snitch amongst you.
I don't have her no more.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
but it took suck this situation had to be the one that separates you two. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at now?
We're in Florence, South Carolina,
No, I mean in your case.
in our case. So right now we go back to court on the 5th. They sent the kids to Montana with my brother. We have to finish this is what the judge told us the last court day, is to finish our treatment plan and the kids come home. Treatment plan includes parenting classes and me start counseling, which has already started. Both of it has already started. Now they're throwing in that because where we're at doesn't have running water. We holler water. So they're saying something about they want water. They want running water. And that's going to cost us like $1,600 to out of pocket for the get on this property.
Are you able? Oh, there's running water. Do you have to get it from the city? Like they have to trench from the street?
Yeah. Yep.
You can't just run hoses or nothing like that to your dwellings.
The well's not here. There's not a well. Well,
Oh,
there is,
okay.
but it's caved in. We don't know where it's at. So.
So you got to get a whole new well to do that, then, or whatever you got to do.
Yeah, or
Well,
run
the
it
city
from
tap.
the city. Tap in from.
You have to get city tap. Yeah, exactly. So what are they asking for city tap there in the Carolinas?
Here's the thing, guys.
$1,500.
CPS, hold on. CPS asks this stuff of you. They're supposed to pay for the repairs. That's what comes out in this funding. That's what all this
They're not-
funding is about. So, okay, well, then that's what needs to happen. If they want you to have running water, then they have to pay for that running water.
Matter of fact,
It's $1,600 to get a city
That's
to
the
get a
rule.
city water
That's
tap.
the rules. If they request funding, if they request services of you, they have to pay for it.
That's what's supposed to happen. Now, what's happening is they're asking Jesse. Am I correct? They want 1,600.
The city wants $1,600 to tap in to city water.
Can you work a deal with them on a monthly?
Look, CPS, I'm telling you, that's the
It's-
rules.
No, Darren.
It is,
The
but
rules
they
are
will-
CPS is supposed to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Darren. No, Darren. I agree with you. CPS is supposed to pay for that, and we'll be talking from now to next year about CPS supposed to pay for that. But I'm just saying, in the interim, how can we come up with $1,600? And I'm just brainstorming in my brain and saying, have you ever tried a GoFundMe page?
Yes, we have, and it doesn't work for us. But
Okay.
you can do, they do payment plan. It's like $300 something in payment installment. But the water does not get cut on, and you do not get tapped in until it's fully paid off.
Gotcha. Now, what Darren is saying is CPS is responsible. Darren is saying to you that CPS is responsible to make sure you have the water and everything. But Darren, my question to you is, how
They
long
say
does it
they're
take
not.
to get CPS to do that?
They say they're
CPS
not.
says they're not.
Say-
They want you to do
CPS
something,
has told
then
us
they gotta
that's
pay
not
for it.
on you. That's on us.
No. Nope.
I sent you a
Absolutely not.
picture. I sent you a screenshot, Darren, of an email that my caseworker sent me yesterday.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me find this for you guys here. But continue on
Giving
with
me
what you're talking.
referrals, which I've already done called these people, and there's no help there.
Um, this, once.
Crystal, baby, shut the door, please. There you go. Now it won't echo, and you can unmute your mic.
That's what.
Now,
That's what Title
when
III
you
is all
got
about.
when you got that price of 1,600, was that their guesstimate, or did they come out and survey and look at where things are going and what digging they got to do, and then they gave you a price? How did they do it?
No. They don't do any digging. They just tap in right there on the side of the road. You have to run the water from the road wherever the tap is to your house. That is just for them to
Yes.
put the tap in. And that's what everybody has to pay to tap in.
Okay. So what you're saying to me then is more than 1,600. Have you come up with how much? Have you come up with how much it would be once you have to trench and then put the pipes in to the house from the tap?
That's going to be anywhere. I have no idea. That's going to be anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500
on top of the 16.
Yep. Well, no, altogether.
Oh, okay.
Everything together is going to be around $2,000 to get. I mean, I could do it myself. I know how to do it. I know how to dig it. I know how to pipe everything in. That's not a big deal. But for me to go out and pay somebody to do it, that's going to cost another $500 to $1,000 for somebody to do that. And the pipe's
But
not
the judge
cheap.
did
Not
say
easy to
that if
get.
we could get the treatment plan done, then the kids come home.
And the treatment
But you still
plan
got
consists of, the treatment plan on paper consists of us doing parenting classes and her doing counseling.
right. I get that.
To do with the
As of right now. Now that we could
I
go,
get that.
we could go into court on the 5th, and they'd be like, okay, well, this is our issue now. You know.
I get that. But they're still going to hit you up with the water.
Yep.
Right.
Because we run off a generator. What if you even hear it in the background? What you're hearing in the background is my generator. And I mean, it doesn't cost as much, but it costs more than putting a power pole out here would cost. But
they don't have a problem with the generator, right?
How can they?
I don't know.
I mean, they can, but there's so many people now. I mean, running even solar, you can't tell me that my power has to come from a power company. You know,
That's correct.
My power can come from solar. My power can come from my generator. Power's power.
Yep. That's very correct. But
if they really want me to have running water, give me a jug of clean water and I'll run it to you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't think that's how.
No, but what Darren said is that CPS should provide you with the water. That's what Darren is saying.
Bro, I know. It's so bad that we have been given nothing. No help with anything. No help with finding a home after we lost all our stuff. No help with anything except for help finding a counselor and getting parenting classes. That was all we ever got help with. We have missed meetings with our kids because we didn't have transportation, and we were told by our caseworker that is not my job to get you to a meeting. Any other case we've ever had, it has been their job. Excuse me? No, this is different. This is y'all had a placement place. Y'all had placed them with family. We placed them with family. Now they're in foster care, and this is different. No, it's not. It's the same. If they're not throwing the book at us, they're not even talking to us. So, and I told you last night, and I meant what I said, and I'll back it up for the rest of freaking my life if I have to. I want to be that family that brings their kids home, and their kids get on here and tell what happened and tell how they were feeling.
And how they felt. and how it made them feel. Because both of my kids will.
Well, with the spirit that you guys have, I think you will have your kids on this show.
No, I will. Guarantee it.
I believe it. I believe it. But we got to get that water because that's the only thing that's holding it up. Because you got the parenting class going, you got everything else going on. So we got to get that water.
We went a step further. I took it a step further than what they were asking. They were only asking for her to have counseling. I talked to her counselor, which is our parenting classes, and I said, since she's doing counseling, I might as well do it too. I mean, I have no problem with counseling. She said, all right, if you want to do it, let's do it. That way they can't say anything to me about counseling.
Well, one thing Carrie mentioned here is that say you're struggling with those things so that the judge is aware of it. Do you think that the judge would, well, again, you still got to get the water. So the judge, I mean, I'm just trying to think of an angle where you could get that pipe in, get that tap going on. Oh man, it's a mess because they just want to charge you $1,600 to tap into the tap.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
The $1,600 does nothing. The $1,600
it does nothing. It just
but put
taps.
a water meter out there by the road.
That's all it does. Just a water meter. That's it.
Yep.
So,
Just the water meter out by the road.
yes, sir. So, and you said you could do the job. If you got a couple of neighbors to help you out, you know, a couple of 6-packs, you think you could get the pipes and stuff and get it together?
With some money, yeah, but right now I'm so down, dude. I don't even have my job to rely on. My truck, I just got my truck back, which we lost our truck during all this. I won't even get into that, but I just got my truck back and it busted a hole in the valve cover, which I've got to tear it to pieces all the way down to the timing cover to figure out what's in the timing chain making it not want to turn over.
The reason why we lost our truck is because the car that I drove to Minnesota with the kids, I could not bring it back because it broke down and I couldn't get it started.
It was a friend of ours' car, so he took the truck.
Yeah, and while I had his car, he had my truck, and since I didn't bring his car back, he's like, I'm not giving your truck back since you didn't bring me my car. So,
Jesse, you sound like you know how to fix vehicles.
I do.
He does.
I do. I know a lot about
Jesse.
Matter of fact, I just helped out a guy.
Okay, Jesse, why don't you put up a little sign in the neighborhood? Jesse's Auto.
I hate you.
I know. Listen, I know you. Hey, Jesse, I know you hate it, but there's a lot of people that don't have the knowledge.
Here on 78, you know how much business you would have right here?
Yeah, exactly. But Jesse,
I agree with him. I have to agree with him.
Jesse, you just identified your money right there.
Jesse, listen to Herbert. Listen to Herbert and listen to your wife.
Yeah. Jesse, you got people have no clue how to change oil in a car. And what the hell? That's $40, $50 right there.
Put a sign up out there and say oil change.
Exactly. Also, tune-ups. On a lot of the older cars, you won't have no problem doing a tune-up at $125.
Oil change, whatever. You know how much money he's coming in?
Sad to see her go like that, but Crystal was such a good woman.
But Jesse, it's all in your lap now, baby, because you got the knowledge, man. You got the knowledge to make the dollar.
I've been telling him that for years.
I hate.
See, I didn't know you had that. I didn't know you were mechanical. I know you don't want to hear this, Jesse, but I didn't know you were mechanically inclined. Do you know, in my neighborhood where I live right now, there's people that will pay you right now to fix their vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't a clue how to fix a vehicle.
I've been working in a mechanic shop since I was 12 years old. I did it until I was 20.
Well, guess what? You want to get them kids back? We got to put another 2-3 years into it.
I am 4th generation mechanic.
Jesse, all we need is another year to 2 years of mechanic work, and you got your money for the water.
I don't have a year or 2 years to wait. From
Jesse,
it's
you can
hard.
start
It is
tomorrow,
very hard to
man.
keep somebody.
I know. This is hard. This is hard talk. This is hard love. I'm giving you hard love here, brother. You have something that people don't have. You have the knowledge. Like you
I
listening to
also have
Darren.
something else people don't have.
What's
Hold
that?
on. I also have something else people don't have. I have a deep
What's that?
fryer in the back of my truck that I do funnel cakes and Oreos on the side of the road, like fair events and stuff like that. But I don't
Yeah.
have a way to go do it.
No, not until you can get the truck fixed. But since we can't get the truck fixed right now, you can fix
You
other
will.
people's vehicles. You can fix other people's vehicles, and you're gonna make the money.
Exactly. See, I have to agree with him.
Jesse,
Now, if we can
How
just
about we do this? How about we ask our audience that's watching everything, watching this? What do y'all
I
think?
can't see comments.
okay, audience, what do people think? Type what you think. Should Jesse start working on vehicles?
you'd be a fool not to.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Carrie.
What do
I
y'all
can't
think?
see comments, guys.
Where are you, Debbie?
We can read them to you, Jesse. You you
Cricket,
actually can see the comments if you scroll over on the box.
cricket. Let me hear from you. What about you, Chris?
Nah, the box is just blue, man. That's all I'm seeing.
Well,
Is blue.
usually it shows it.
They won't, Debbie. They won't let us do parenting classes online.
If you
Can't double up.
you should be able to see. You should be able to see in bold letters what the people are saying. But
Yeah,
just pushing it.
I really don't. I'm not seeing anything right now.
You got to go to the chat box. You have to click on it, open it while you're on cam.
The chat box is right in the middle. It's that thing
Yep.
right in the middle. You see the two
Yeah, I'm
people,
telling you, I
and there's a
see
box.
nothing.
There's
Yep.
nothing?
I know exactly what you're saying, but I don't see nothing but blue screen.
That's weird.
Okay.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Michelle,
hold
Miss Young said
he should work on vehicles so he can make money to fix his truck and get the water. Yes, I agree.
Hi, Maria.
I'm telling you, you guys need to go and force this down their throat. This is their issue that they need to pay for. I've been looking up online
Thank you,
this
Young.
whole time, and I found multiple places that say that CPS, if they desire services from you, then they are to pay for it.
That's Miss Maria.
They want you to have water. You need to go there, and you need to tell them that that's their responsibility. They have to pay for it.
I totally agree with you, Darren. But meanwhile, while they're doing that fight with CPS to try to get them to make it happen.
You don't
There's
have
no
to fight
meanwhile.
because if they're not
Either
going
they
to
do
help
it
them.
or they don't. The judge says they have so much time to get it done. If they don't do this for them, when they go to court, they sit there and they say, Your Honor, they requested these things to be done for services, and they failed on their part. Then that negates all of the CPS actions because CPS's wrongdoings negates that of the parents' wrongdoings.
Yep.
So if CPS offered or asked you to do services that they could not comply to or they could not give you the money for, then it's not your responsibility to have them finished. Period. End of story.
Yes. So Jesse, we're going to use you as a tester on this. Will you follow up on what Darren is saying?
Yeah, we sure will.
Okay. And
Yeah,
let us
and
know.
Oh yeah.
Let us know what
Yeah.
CPS or the judge says.
When
Google
is
search
next
say,
live stream?
everybody check this. Google search say if CPS wants me to do services, do they have to pay for it? Just Google search that very simply. See what it says.
When is the next live, Darren?
What's that?
When is your next live?
His next live is Monday. Sunday with Tiff. But I run one tomorrow usually.
Oh yeah, you got Vinny's tomorrow.
I think
Crystal,
Darren, I think he should also. Darren, I think he should also show up on Tiff's show. I love to hear what Tiff has to say.
We don't mind going anywhere.
Well, Tiff show's on Sunday. Am I correct, Darren?
Yeah.
And Vinny's on tomorrow. So if you could get on tomorrow, you can
Hi,
come on
Chris.
with us. And if you could get on with Tiff,
Yeah.
she'll have a big mouthful to say also. That would back everything that Darren is saying.
Hey, Chris.
Crystal, can you write an email out tonight?
Yeah.
You need to write an email out tonight because you're better with the email stuff than I am. To our caseworker, telling her that if she wants us to have water, she needs to pay for it to be done.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the
Because
And then
law.
last,
That's
and
everything.
let us know what the response is going to be.
I will.
Probably
I
won't be
Good.
probably won't hear back
Monday
from
or
her until
Tuesday.
Monday though.
That's okay.
if they won't, you can get them on that. But not only you can get them on that, you can get them on fraud because Title IV funding is supposed to pay for that.
Right.
And then if they don't,
We can have
And
that's
they have
power
to
fraud.
and
pay
water
for
out here. Look at that.
legal housing.
Do you guys have attorneys? You do have attorneys, right?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Did the court assign you an attorney?
Yes.
Oh, they said they'd be back.
Oh, you're gonna come
Can you hear
back.
me?
This will be,
Yep.
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, you can't see me because I'm outside. Just give me a second.
That's okay. We don't have to see you as long as we can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We both have an attorney apiece.
What are they
Okay.
doing?
They always do separate attorneys.
That's what I figured that you were gonna have. Nothing. Those
Hello,
attorneys are
Chris.
doing
Hi, Chris.
yours.
Hey, look at there. Public defender.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting ridiculous that people are getting this asinine requests and all this. CPS is supposed to pay for every service that they ask of you. So right
Now,
now,
Darren,
yeah,
let me ask you this question. With that in mind, which you're telling us, and I believe you, what people do you know of has had things done by CPS? Not necessarily water, but just stuff that's required. CPS is requiring certain conditions, and CPS jumped up and provided those and satisfied those conditions.
None.
what?
I've seen nobody do that. Matter of fact,
No, I was asking.
a friend
I
of
was
mine.
asking Darren. I was asking Darren, Jesse.
So
Darren,
let me put it this way. I paid for nothing. Whatever CPS asked of me and my wife, we paid for zip, zero, zilch. Not one class, not one service, not one damn thing, not one drug test, not anything. We paid for nothing. You do not pay for what they request of you.
So then you're an example. CPS provided all that, and you don't have to pay for nothing.
Correct. If they ask
Okay.
for it, they pay for it.
See, they
Okay.
didn't do that
So-
much.
Give you transportation, and they're even supposed to give you reimbursement if you take your vehicles to go visit your kids. They're supposed to pay you for gas and things like that.
Not here.
See, but they didn't do that in my case because, well, I didn't sign their case plan for one, and for two, I did my services all through my main care.
Right. Well, whatever.
Okay,
And you shouldn't allow them to do
that's
that. You shouldn't
interesting.
allow them to get away with that.
That's
I
interesting.
talked to
Vinny.
I talked to an attorney this morning, and I was told this morning that since we the findings to DSS, we didn't have it.
No, they're
Like we
Jesus
didn't agree,
Christ. What the hell is wrong?
but we
with
have a
people?
treatment plan, so we agreed.
So that
Oh,
they
they're
don't-
saying that if you didn't have a treatment plan, it would be different than if you had a treatment plan.
People, this is a voluntary service, first of all. This is not a you must do. If they force you into doing stuff, that's coercion. That's all of those things that they say that you can't do. You know, like bribery. It's all of that stuff. This is a voluntary service. Unless the judge actually writes it out in an order, that's the only way that you are, by law, supposed to and have to do anything.
Yeah, she was told this morning by someone that called her that she called about filing a civil case, forced it out of her, made her tell her why, and because it's DSS, you sign the documents, you sign your name to it, you have no civil case. I'm like, wait, what? How? How does us signing anything have anything to do with our civil rights?
Because they're saying that you've contracted. I guess that's my guess. I don't know. I haven't seen all the paperwork on that, but my assumption is that they're saying that if you signed a safety plan, that means that you voluntarily contracted with them. But see, the thing is that this is all void ab initio, void from the beginning. That stuff that I sent you guys. Did you guys read up on that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So you see what I'm saying? Like this stuff is void from the beginning, which makes everything else fall away. This fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, that type of stuff. You don't. They can't force you to contract. They can't force you. So if you go to court and the judge says, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and forces you to sign that, that's coercion. See, we're letting them get away with all of this stuff. This is the problem. You know, it's they're
The only thing
they're
that
just looking, they're slamming you in the corner all the time because they think that you don't know what your rights are. You don't research this topic.
Here's the problem. We
only
have
thing
not
that I
signed
signed-
anything. Go
you
ahead.
did.
We have not. Wait a minute. We have not signed anything past a temporary removal of our kids. I signed that. Every time we've been to
signed
court,
that.
I haven't put my signature on anything.
I put my
Because-
name on the bottom of it and said I didn't agree with the removal of my children. However,
Yeah,
that I
under
would place
duress, always
them
like
with
UD or something like that. Under duress.
that
Or,
I would place them with her up until a certain date, and then they were to come home, which made the safety plan expire the day that I put mark on it. That dated it, and so yeah. And then they go and put my name at the top of it. And what's really messed up is they didn't even use my last name. I mean,
never signed
they
anything
did,
either.
but they did. Because I signed the bottom of it in my maiden name, which is on my birth or on my social security card and my driver's license, which is Welch. And then on the top of it, they have Crystal Teal up there. I didn't put my name up there.
You guys got one
I'll
hell of
be
a
honest.
messed up case.
I still
They
got a
forged your
ride.
name on the paperwork?
Wait, what?
Did someone sign your name to that paperwork then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, someone signed the name at the top of that paperwork. Her name. Somebody
Okay,
else
that's
did.
forgery.
That person signed her name up.
Plagiarism. Along those lines. That's illegal.
Also, we have two pieces of documents, SLED background checks, that me nor
Yeah.
her never signed. But it's got both of our signatures on it. But they're not the correct signatures, if you understand what I'm saying.
Come on, man. Really?
SLED documents, dude. SLED
This
look
is
up for child for a sexual predator. Yes.
Wow.
They're trying to accuse me and her of sex trafficking our daughter. They're accusing me of molesting my son.
Wow.
Because I like to pick at him and play around with him. And I'll be honest, we are not a love you family. No, we are a I love you, I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek. I want an embrace, I want to feel your presence around me kind of family. We are not that, and I hate to say it, but Herbert, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The old
My
style
daughter
of
will
love
come
you,
sit on my
have a
lap.
good day. No, that's not us. We're the style of I want to feel you around me. I want to hug. I want to kiss. I want to be. I want you to know that I care. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But the guardian ad litem doesn't agree with that. He said he
Guardian
put it
ad
in
litem
writing.
put it in writing that there was inappropriate behavior between the children and the parents. Because my daughter was sitting on my lap and she slid off my lap, because I went to go give her a wet willy because she was ignoring me. Anyway, um, and I went to straddle her like over the top of her, which she was laughing, and I didn't even have my weight on her. And of course, we're the same size. I might be a little bit smaller than her. And instead of giving her, a wet willy like I was going to, picking with her, uh, I licked her from her chin, bottom of her chin all the way to the top of her forehead. She would have done me the same way. And I'm like, I licked it. It's mine, right? And she started laughing. And that was inappropriate behavior between the parents and the child.
How did they find?
Like, with our
How did
kids,
they find out about that?
Oh no,
Did they interview the kids?
this was at a meeting
this was at a
where the
meeting.
guardian ad litem and DSS were present and didn't say a word about it.
Yeah, until afterwards.
Did they interview your kids?
Yes, they
They
did.
must.
Yes, they went. They went
Okay.
to their school and interviewed them, and interviewed them on our property.
Oh, well, if you're watching
Okay.
earlier, that's no.
Okay.
Before they ever took them.
Okay.
And then
So
after,
they did do. Yeah.
when they got down here back to South Carolina, after they shipped them from Minnesota down here to South Carolina, they had forensic interviewed them. I've got the paperwork. They like completely went all the way into it. There's
Hold on, Crystal. But what he's asking is, did they interview them while we had them in our care, on our property, or in the school without our knowledge? Yes. My kids told me that when they came home from school. DSS came to me today. DSS came to me today. Yeah, they interviewed them without our knowledge and without our permission.
Yes. Yes. And for what I understand, they allowed to do that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well,
I know that's a hard one to swallow, but they're allowed to interview your kids at school without telling you, but they'll tell you afterwards.
They never told us anything. Our kids did. They never informed us on any interview that we went to.
Okay, but they could tell you afterwards, but they don't have to say, you don't have to be present if they go to the school and interview your kids. And the sad part about that is they could put words in the kid's mouth. And you talked about licking the face of your daughter and everything, and they can add on stuff to that. Well, how did she lick? Show me how she licked. How was her tongue? Was her tongue sticking out? Was this or that? And they'll ask all kinds of questions.
right.
We have paperwork stating that they think that we were sex trafficking our daughter because she asked her uncle if she could do anything for a little bit of money to fix her phone, because we told her she had to help fix her phone, and she went down there and did his dishes and took his dog out while he was at work. But we're sex trafficking her.
Well, you guys, I think we're getting close to that time. I know it must be for Darren because he did 2 shows at once.
Yep, and my brain is cooked, man, and I'm so pissed off right now that they're dragging you guys through this like this. I mean, they can't keep breaking these rules. The American taxpayers have already paid for you guys to get your water. They're just trying to double dip in the service because, they're still going to bill out for that water services regardless whether you pay it for or whatever. So they're going to get that not bonus money, but that funding money. They're going to get all of this stuff stacked up on one on top of the other, and bang. That's just the unfortunate part about it.
I can send you photos of the kids of last summer. You could see the happiness in their face just through their photos.
Of course.
And you can tell that, they're alive. And I can send you the screenshots that I took while I was on the phone with them just last night. And you can definitely tell a difference.
I believe you.
Definitely.
But I think you should listen to what Darren is saying. You need to listen to what Darren is saying and go after what you would call it, DHS or whatever, and tell them that you're supposed to help me fix this thing with the water. And as far as you, Jesse, I got to squeeze you now, brother. I got to squeeze you. Since you were about knee high to a grasshopper, you knew how to fix cars. Am I right?
I said, man, 4th generation mechanic.
There you go. So you about knee high to a grasshopper, and you know how to fix a car. So you can go out there and turn a buck tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could.
I can try. I can try, but that doesn't mean anybody's going to stop and actually want me to work on their car. A lot of people around here do not like
Nobody.
mechanics.
No, you gotta post things in your town on a poster
I
that
understand what you're
says
saying, but
Jesse's.
a lot of people
And do
around
you
here
know what?
don't
Make it
trust
simple.
people.
Make it simple. Do something. Think about something you could do that's a piece of cake that's simple. Can you do struts, and can you do what do you call those things on the car
Grid.
for shocks and struts? Can you do those?
If it
You
has
say
to do
yes,
with a,
Jesse.
yeah, if it has to do with four wheels and a motor, I can pretty much work on it.
Hey,
Well, there you
right.
go. And you know how much it costs to get shocks or get struts with the labor? Over $400,
Yeah.
600. And you can turn around and say, "Well, look, I just hit you up. Tell them you buy the parts. I'll do the job for $250, $300.
Right.
You will get the $300. You will get it. Let them buy the parts. Tell them what parts to get, and you do the labor for the 300. Boom. Then the word's going to get out about you, and then next thing you know, you're going to have a whole house full of people sitting there
How
waiting
about
to
this?
have the cars done.
I will. I will make a post in online on Facebook, and we'll figure out how much brake job would cost, and we
You,
will divide
you
that up and have them, if they buy the part, if they buy the brakes and
yes,
come to us, you'll
yes,
put them on,
yes, yes. You
and I'll
tell
make
them
a
what
post
brakes
for
to
you.
buy. Jesse, you tell them what to buy, what they need. Let them buy it, and all you're doing is the labor, and you charge them
Okay.
$300, four hundred
Okay.
dollars.
Think about it this way, all right? For an ATV shop to work on an ATV, right? They're charging up here 150 an hour.
Minimum for a mechanic shop down here is
Minimum,
$75
yeah,
an hour.
yeah, minimum. So
Minimum.
Okay.
if you go between the lowest and highest of what other shops are going by, then you can pick up more business because you're pulling in their people that they're not getting anymore.
That's right. In other words, you're not going to charge that high price, but you're going to charge a lower price, and you're going to get the quantity of people.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
And people are not going to
Actually,
feel bad because check this out, Jesse. They know they bought the parts. They bought the parts, so they can't feel like they got ripped off. They bought the damn parts.
yeah, I
Okay,
understand. I
so
get you.
yeah, yeah, and like I said, you've been doing this for a minute, so it'd be a piece of cake.
And you don't have to make it. You don't have to make it like full time or whatever. We just need to get
No,
by for.
it's gonna be. I tell you what, if you make up that sign and put it in the laundromat, or you put it down there near the post office, or you put it where they have public posting things, people, and put your little phone number at the bottom where people could tear it off. They're gonna call you. They're gonna call you, and you say, "Bring your vehicle to my house. I don't go to you. You come to me."
Right.
I can't go to them. All my tools are in a big toolbox, and I'm not loading it up in shit.
No, but I know that, but that's why they're coming to you. So what y'all provide is maybe some lemon cookies or something and a little sweet tea, and let them sit there
Yeah,
and wait.
I got you. I'm with you.
See why they sitting back drinking their sweet tea, you fixing the vehicle.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. We'll see what
Come on,
happens.
Jesse, I'm a squeeze you now, Jesse,
I
because I'm
can start
telling
the
you.
funnel cake. I could set the funnel cake stuff up out there, and they can sit out there and get a funnel cake while their car's getting fixed.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
Make money, double whammy. There we go.
There you go. And that
Yeah,
money may not be going towards the 1600 because you're going to try to get that out of CPS. But at least you'll have that extra monies to work with for other things.
Maybe
but
we can
that
get our
that
truck
should come
fixed.
to put towards a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You can put it towards get the truck fixed. Jesse, you got the money, brother. You got the money. You got the knowledge. You can
Got
turn.
We'll
the
You
see
can
what
knowledge.
make
happens.
that.
Now we need money.
He got the knowledge, and the money comes with the knowledge.
Right.
I'm not afraid to give it a try. We'll see what happens.
All right, that's what I like to
That's
hear.
what I like.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
We'll see where it
All right,
goes.
so do we want to do some last words?
Let's do them, Vinny.
All right, we're gonna start with Miss Candace tonight. Last words.
Last words. When everything seems like it's not going your way, just remember that an airplane goes against the wind.
I like that.
Keep your head up.
Yeah, I like that
Stay
too. That's
chill.
pretty deep. That's neat. Jesse.
All right. All right. So the statistics show that when it comes to CPS, fathers are more likely to commit suicide in this situation. Don't, man. It's not worth it. It's not. Your kids need you. Your wife needs you. Your family needs you. Stick it out. I know it's hard. I know it's a fight, but it's a fight that you can win. No matter if you lose custody or not, it's still a battle that's worth the fight. Stick with it, guys.
That's right.
What, Mary?
Another good one. Herbert.
My saying is learn all you can about the system, about CPS. Keep talking to people, listening, come on the show, listen to all that we talk about, and try to avoid being a target of CPS.
And
Yeah.
do
Mhm.
not let them in without a warrant.
That's right.
You said don't let them in
Love
the
it.
house without a warrant. Is that what you said?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
it is.
exactly what I
That's
said.
that's that's right. You got that right.
Mary must have some last words over there because I keep hearing her talking.
Yeah, babe. You got any last words you want to yell from the back of the thing today? She says, just stay in the fight and don't give up. That's what she says.
That's right.
But
Oh
I
yeah,
say
Mary.
this: say, listen, CPS is responsible for all of the things that they ask you to do. Do not let them get away with making you pay for your services. That's what Title IV funding is for. That's why Title IV funding is there. CPS requires you to do something to your home, to do something at all, no matter what it is. That money is supposed to come out of that Title IV funding. That's what it's for. If they're not doing that, they're requiring for you to pay for these things. That's fraud because they're not now using the money the way it was intended to be used. So that's all part of this big package. Don't let CPS get away with doing that stuff to you. It's not your responsibility to pay for these things. There's things over and over and over and over again that state very clearly you do not have to pay for the services that CPS asks you to do. You only have to get them done. And most of the times, you're not even responsible for getting those things lined up. It's supposed to be them. So don't fall into this bullshit, thinking that you're responsible for this stuff because you're not. And then you go back to court and you tell the judge, well, their errors far supersede that of yours. So, Your Honor, we need to have this case dismissed. Um, and I mean, that's one way that you guys can go ahead and look at it. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't yet. Um, but so I'm not giving out any legal advice. I'm just saying for educational purposes only and entertainment as well. That's it. That's just your way. But do not, I say again, my last words are this: do not let them make you be responsible for the service that they require of you. It is the responsibility of the department to ensure that you get the services that you need so you can bring home your children to your house. They did this. It's their responsibility. And that all being said, I'm the CBS Punisher.
Oh, we
We
didn't
are
let
going to
Vinny.
get out of
Vinny
here.
didn't get his last line.
Oh, shit, Vinny.
my last words for tonight is this. Don't forget about the show tomorrow at 9 p.m. Also, make sure that you stop by Tiff and Darren's show on Sunday and show them some love. Um, and remember, you guys, your constitutional rights trumps that of their right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And Jesse,
All right,
if y'all can
everybody.
make Vinny's show tomorrow, be good. And you definitely got to try to make Tiff's show on Sunday. And you get a whole lot. Gonna get a whole heap of mouths.
That's a fact.
The
Have a
world
good
getting
weekend,
crazy,
everybody.
baby,
For real this
chill.
time.
Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate. Separate and segregate, don't celebrate quite yet. The storm is coming, cue for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate the values of our country. And our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on the streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour, troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, chosen just neglected, deflected by some breaking news. Oh, we just accept it, expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objectives, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, lying not a sheep, only kneel to my God. So I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Nah, drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I pray for forgiveness.
Oh, one day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. We need you now.